The road goes ever on and on, apparently. Hello guys, welcome to another Building Middle-earth video. We've got walls and hedges to go along the edge of a road. We've got signposts to guide you along that road. But what about the road itself? Should we have a look at making some sort of roads and paths that you sort of fairly modular that you can put down in various configurations? Yeah, okay. This is not too difficult at all, really, because we're going to use some textured plastic cards, so which all the work's done for us, putting a texture on it. So all we're going to effectively do is cut it, paint it, and flock it. So you know, this is for everyone, and you should be able to get this done in an hour and have your board all pathed up. So yeah, let's just have a quick look at this, shall we? To make the basic path, you're going to need a bit of card. This is cereal box card. It's going to be 6 inches by 2.5 inches to cut that out, and we're going to make the path out of textured plastic card. You can use whichever one you want. I quite like this sort of patio flagstone effect, and it's going to go sit in the middle of the card. So the first thing we're going to do is come in. We're going to measure halfway across it, which should be on this stuff 1.5 inches. Going to measure that and measure that, and then I'm going to draw a line. Just I always like drawing the lines before I measure. I don't know why. I could just cut it straight away, but it's just in case. Get a knife, a sharp knife. You probably, once you do all this, you're going to get rid of the blade and to cut the plastic card, however you want to pronounce it. It's going to be multiple passes. Push the rule down quite firm because it will slip around. But what you can do is when you get so far, you can sort of fold it and snap it. That hopefully might be. You should be able to just fold it and snap it like that. Rough edges don't matter because it's going to be covered up in grass and so forth. Next up, we want to come in and put some 1/4 inch lines here. And just roughly mark them in. This will just, because what we want is when we're going to make multiple ones of this and make it modular, we want them to fit up against each other quite nice. So I'm going to put that in there. You'll notice this plastic card is slightly less than what it should be. So you're just going to get, you can either use the offcut and you keep using this bit, and then we split it in half. You use the completeness of them and just put them here, and we're just going to cut it and glue it, because one, you don't really notice the join anyway because of the pattern on the card, and two, we're going to cover it in sort of flocks anyway to make it look like grass has grown over in places anyway. So what I'm going to do is just use my mat to put the edge of the card in where I'm going to want to make my cut here, using this big line here, and so it ends on the same here, and just put a little line there, and use that for the cut. Same technique. That's how you cut that. And then what we're going to do is we are going to glue it in place. I'm using PVA for this. Use whichever glue you feel happiest using. PVA works fine. Stick this bit on. Now you can hardly see the join as it is now. What we're going to do is make quite a few straight sections, and next we're going to do some curve sections. Next up, we're going to make a bend. So first thing to do is to divide this in half. So just going to divide this in half. I'm going to make, in this we're going to have two bends. We're also going to make a T-junction, one T-junction and one crossroads. So, then what we're going to do is we'll cut this in half, but I'm going to make two, but I'll just show you how to measure the bend. So what we're going to do is come in ½ an inch here, and then we are going to measure 1½ inches there. Do the same here, and then measure 1½ inches here, and then what we're going to do is just sort of draw a bend line in, so. And that is what we're going to cut out. And what you're going to do is get a bit of card to match it, kind of thing, and then we'll probably glue it on. And here we go, so it's cut out. I've marked out where I want to glue it, trimmed the cord around, and that's just going to go there, and then this will form a bend. Let's put up with two others which I've begun to undercoat here, like so. Yay! The T-junction and crossroads are made in much the same way, just following suit. That you're going to come, that each gap here is ½ inch and ½ inch from the top, and this is 1½ inches, and that's the same for here. This is 1½, that's 1½ and 1½. Just cut those out, put them on some card, much like you did with the bend. And after that, what you're going to want to do is hello cat again. He just loves getting involved. Brilliant, brilliant cat. Now they're all made, just got to undercoat them. So the first thing I'm going to do is just undercoat them in black and let that dry. Once it's dry, we're going to do sort of a fairly heavy dry brush over the path itself. This I'm using a sort of mid-grey, kind of like Dawnstone, called Storm Cloud. It's a tester pot paint. It has a sort of a slight hint of, I don't know, I guess it's grey brown, so it's perfect. So I just applied that and let that dry. Next up, we're gonna just give it a sort of highlight, because I want it to be slightly white. If you look at the picture, it's got sort of almost white brick. So I'm going to go for urban grey, which is this. And what's going to happen is you should be able to use this in Minas Tirith as well then. So it's sort of multi-purpose. I'm just going to lightly come in and lightly dry brush in this urban grey, which I used in the actual Gondor stuff, Minas Tirith and Auxiliaries. I'm just going to come in, just try and pick it out. Quite heavy in places, quite light in the others, and it's going to dry way darker. So that's it, you can sort of see it there compared to there. Yeah, something like that. Leave that to dry. Do all the others. I'm going to be left with something like this. Next I want to paint the black edges brown. It can be any brown you want. I'm just using this acrylic brown, so it's kind of it's a umber, but you can use run oxide if you want. Doesn't matter too much. I'm just using this because it's cheaper. So I'm going to come in and paint the edges brown. Next up, grab some watered down PVA and just paint it on the edges. And don't forget the this part here, the side bit. And then dunk it into some green flock. Apologise for the traffic noise in the background. It's the height of summer and it's boiling in here, so I've got the windows open. Like so, and now just do the other side. Next up, you want to paint some of the watered down PVA into the cracks towards the centre of the path at the edge, and the watered down PVA should just fill in all the gaps. You're effectively painting around the bricks. What you can do is pay particular attention to where we joined two bits of the plastic, so it covers up that joint a bit better, and just sprinkle on some flock. Tap off any excess, and there you go. Just do that to all the others. We are getting down to the final stage now, and if you look at the picture here, it's the hedgerow on the edges. So what we're going to do for that is use some lichen. Got some very natural colours here. Got some sort of dark greens in this one. Some more natural, almost yellowy greens here. So for this, all we're going to do is take our piece and come down and put on each grass section, just run down 3 rows of glue. And do that for the other side now as well. And just coming with some lichen. I'm sorry, I've got my window open because it is so hot in here. And just sort of add it on and tear it out a bit, so like that. Coming with some dark, like so. And I pick a slightly different shade here. Like so, and then when it's on, you just want to push it down, because what will happen is the glue will begin to seep through, and we'll just hold it down like so. And we'll just do the same for the other side, whereas I've got a light one here. I'll probably put a dark, start with a dark colour on this side. What it does as well, it breaks up the straightness of the path a little bit, and makes it look a little bit more natural. Just like grass has overgrown over time. And just keep going until you're sort of happy with it, placing bits where you can see glues and so forth, like so. Trying to break up colours as much as possible. Push down. And then leave that to dry. And when it's dry, this one bit that's dry, just like that, you can come along if you want any bits that are hanging off, just tear off. And that is your paths done. They're all done now. But what about the roads? Well, I'm glad you asked, because roads are made in slightly different, just to show a different technique. This, I've already pre-made these years ago. There was a main article on the main Tales of Middle-earth website, but I thought we'd just go over it and show some of the pictures from that and talk about things. It's made from foam core, as you can see here. But first, what I did was I did a bit of research, as you can see from the pictures here. I just got a load of pictures of paths, sort of road dirt paths, which I wanted to do. So they're just made from 5mm foam core. I've got some A3 sheets. Link to this will be in the description. Hopefully I'll remember. I'm terrible at that. So you just make a sheet of it, and what you're going to do is you'll cut out a section that is 4 inches by 12 inches for a straight. And then what you're going to do is just come along and bevel the edges off. You can see here, hopefully you can see in the picture as well, and that just involves taking a knife and scraping down the edges and cutting the edges off. But like with the paths, what you want to make sure you do is match up, come in 1/4 of an inch each side, and just so they all match up. And then what you do in between here and here does not matter, as long as they match up on this side, and this side, it doesn't matter. And when you've done that, you're going to come in with some decorator's chalk, polyfiller or spackle in America, and you are just going to cover this bit here, and then come along with some sort of tool, bit of scrap card or whatever, and just drag lines down to get this nice textured effect, and leave that to dry. When it's all dry, you're going to undercoat it all in brown, same sort of dark brown we used in the past. And then when that's dry, you're going to just dry brush Carrick stone over the top to give this sort of earthy look. And then the edges are just made from flocked in the grass, the same as last as the paths. What I haven't done for these though, is I didn't want it, is the edges, the hedgerows, as I wanted this to be more dirt in a grass field. And like with the paths, I've made a shorter section, so this is 6 inches. There is there is a T-junction, which is 6 inches by 6 inches. You can see here, if I put that in there as a little measure. And again, all you got to measure is make sure this is effectively a short path there, and then just find the middle of it. So come in 3 inches, and then do 2 inches either side here to give you that section. There is a corner, which again is a 6 by 6 kind of corner, which is made in the same way as the path, just out of foam core and made the same way. And likewise a T-junction, a crossroads, and again that's 6 along here and 6 vertical. And that is it. These are actually probably easier to make than the paths, really. So you can just form them together and form a road system like what we did with the path. And that is it. That is it for the roads and paths. We'll do, I keep mentioning this end of these little mini Shire sort of series. Once I've got what I want built, we'll do a separate showcase video. What I really want to do is get hold of the forthcoming Shire terrain, build that up and set all these up with that. So that's probably when I'll do a showcase. But anyway guys, that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button and leave a comment. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Stick with the channel for many great videos to come.